Not too long ago, I was staring at a mountain of credit card bills and student loan statements, and I honestly felt like I couldn't breathe. It was this constant, heavy weight on my shoulders, and it followed me everywhere. The stress was unreal. It wrecked my sleep, my focus, and my happiness. If you've ever felt that way, that sense of hopelessness, when you look at your finances, I need you to know there is a way out. In this video, I'm going to share the exact strategies I use to pay off all my debt faster than I ever dreamed possible. These aren't complicated tricks. They're simple, straightforward steps anyone can take, starting today, to get their financial freedom back. 1. The first non-negotiable step. Stop the bleeding. All right, before we even dream about paying off debt, we have to do the most critical thing first. You have to stop adding to it. It sounds obvious, right? But this is often the hardest part because it means changing your habits. Think about it. It's like trying to bail water out of a boat that still has a hole in it. You can work as hard as you want, but you'll get nowhere until you plug the leak. The same goes for your money. Trying to pay off old credit cards while still swiping them is a battle you're guaranteed to lose. So, here's the new rule to live by. If you can't buy it with the cash you have right now, you can't afford it. Period. This means the credit cards need a timeout. For some of you, that might mean literally taking them out of your wallet and sticking them in a drawer. If you need something more extreme, cut them up. Freeze them in a block of ice. Seriously, do whatever it takes to create a real barrier between you and new debt. This is also where you build your first line of defense, a starter emergency fund. You've probably heard you need 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up, but that can feel totally out of reach when you're just starting. So let's start small. Your first goal is to save a mini emergency fund of $1,000. This little cushion is what stops a flat tire or a surprise bill from becoming a new credit card balance that completely wrecks your plan. It's all about breaking that cycle where every little emergency sends you right back to borrowing money. This step is about drawing a line in the sand and deciding, from this moment on, your debt is only going down. 2. Gaining absolute clarity. The debt inventory. You can't fight an enemy you don't understand. Ignoring your debts won't make them disappear. It just keeps you trapped. To really make progress, you have to face the numbers, no matter how scary they seem. It's time to create your debt inventory. And look, this isn't about judging yourself. This is about empowering yourself. You're gathering the intel you need to create a winning plan. Here's how you do it. Grab a notebook or open a spreadsheet. You're going to make a list of every single dollar you owe anyone. Don't leave anything out, from the huge student loan to that tiny medical bill you've been avoiding. For each debt, write down 4 things. First, who you owe. Second, the total balance. What's the exact amount you owe today? Third, your minimum monthly payment. And fourth, the most important piece of all, the interest rate, or APR. For example, your list might look something like this. Credit card. A. $3,500 balance, $80 minimum payment, 24.99% interest. Car loan, $12,000 balance, $300 minimum payment, 7.5% interest. A student loan, $28,000 balance, $250 minimum payment, 5.8% interest. Personal loan, $5,000 balance, $150 minimum payment, 15% interest. Doing this does 2 amazing things. First, your debt is no longer some vague, terrifying monster hiding in the closet. It's just a set of numbers on a page that you can actually manage. And second, this gives you the data you need for the next step, picking your strategy. Once you have this list, you're not in the dark anymore. You're in control and ready to attack this thing effectively. 3. Choose your weapon. Debt. Snowball versus debt avalanche. Okay, now that you have your complete debt inventory, it's time to pick your plan of attack. There are 2 main, proven strategies for paying off debt: the debt snowball and the debt avalanche. One isn't better than the other. They just work on different parts of our psychology. The best method is whichever one you'll actually stick with. First up, the debt snowball. Made famous by finance expert Dave Ramsey, this method is all about behavior and motivation. You list your debts from the smallest balance to the largest, ignoring the interest rates completely. You make the minimum payments on everything, but you take every extra penny you have and throw it at that smallest debt. Once that smallest debt is gone, bam! You get a huge psychological win. You've kicked a creditor out of your life for good. Then you take all the money you were paying on that debt, the minimum plus all the extra, and you roll it over to the next smallest debt. This creates a snowball effect. As you knock out each debt, the amount you're throwing at the next one gets bigger and bigger, and you start to build some serious momentum. The big win here is motivation. Those quick victories keep you fired up. Now for the other option, the debt avalanche. This method is for all the math people out there who are driven by pure efficiency. With the debt avalanche, you list your debts from the highest interest rate to the lowest, no matter the balance. You still make minimum payments on everything, but all your extra money goes to attacking the debt with the highest interest rate. Why? Because that's the debt that's costing you the most money. From a purely financial standpoint, the avalanche will get you out of debt a bit faster and save you the most money in interest. The only catch is that your highest interest debt might be a big one, so it could take a while to get your first win. It requires patience. So how do you choose? It's about knowing yourself. Do you need those quick wins and motivational boosts to stay in the game? Then the debt snowball is probably for you. Or are you more motivated by knowing you're following the most mathematically perfect path? If that's you, go with the debt avalanche. The debate isn't about which one is right, it's about which one is right for you. If this is starting to make sense and you're feeling like you can actually get a handle on your finances, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. We're about to get into how to supercharge your progress, and I put out new videos every week to help you master your money. 4. The accelerator. How to find extra money. Both the snowball and avalanche methods depend on one thing: having extra money to throw at your debt. Just paying the minimums is a recipe for staying broke for decades. The secret to getting out of debt fast is to pay more, a lot more. But where does this money come from when you already feel stretched thin? This is where you put on your detective hat. Your mission? Find cash that's hiding in your own life. The first place to look is your budget. You need to know exactly where every dollar is going. Track your spending for a month using an app, a spreadsheet, whatever works. Then divide your spending into needs and wants. Needs are the non-negotiables: housing, utilities, basic food, and getting to work. Wants are everything else. That subscription you forgot about, daily coffees, eating out, and all those little impulse buys online. Once you see it all laid out, it's time to get a little ruthless. Look at every want and ask yourself, is this more important than being debt-free? That $15 a month for a streaming service you barely use? That's $180 a year that could be crushing your debt. The $100 a month on lunches out? That's $200 a year. It adds up so fast. Start cutting. Call your cell phone provider and ask for a better deal. Shop around for cheaper car insurance. Plan your meals to stop wasting food and money on takeout. Every single dollar you save is another soldier in your debt-fighting army. But cutting expenses is only half the equation. The other, more powerful half is boosting your income. Even a small increase in what you earn can shave years off your debt-free date. What skills do you have? Could you freelance? Tutor? Walk dogs? The gig economy has made it easier than ever to make extra cash on your own schedule. Or maybe you can take on overtime at your current job. The key is to commit 100% of this new money directly to your debt. When you get that raise or that side hustle income, don't just let it get absorbed into your normal spending. Have a system where it immediately goes toward your debt payment. This one-two punch of cutting expenses and boosting income is the fuel that will turn your debt snowball or avalanche into an unstoppable force. 5. Supercharging your progress, windfalls, and payment frequency. As you're chugging along with your plan, you'll run into chances to pour gasoline on the fire. We're talking about financial windfalls, any unexpected money that comes your way. This could be your tax refund, a bonus from work, a raise, a cash gift, or money you make from selling stuff you don't need anymore. The temptation is to see this as fun money and blow it on something you've been wanting. Don't. If you're serious about getting out of debt fast, you have to resist that urge. The single most powerful thing you can do with a windfall is to throw the entire amount at your current debt target. Think about the impact. If you're using the debt snowball on a $1,000 credit card, a $500 tax refund can wipe out half of it in one shot. That could shave months off your timeline. If you're using the avalanche, a $1,000 bonus on a high-interest loan could save you hundreds in future interest. This is how you leapfrog ahead. Here's another pro tip. Make payments more often. Most of us make one big payment per month. But for debts like credit cards, where interest is often calculated daily, you can save a little money by making smaller, more frequent payments. Instead of one $400 payment, try making two $200 payments every other week. By paying down the principal sooner in the billing cycle, you lower the average daily balance that interest is charged on. Even better, it keeps you constantly engaged in your plan and makes paying off debt a regular habit. Just make sure when you make extra payments, you tell the lender to apply it to the principal, not to next month's bill. 6. Advanced strategies for select situations. Consolidation and AMP, negotiation. Once you've got the basics down, there are a couple of advanced tools you might consider to speed things up even more. These are debt consolidation and negotiation. Debt consolidation is just what it sounds like, combining several debts into one new loan, hopefully with a much lower interest rate. This leaves you with just one monthly payment to worry about. The two most common ways to do this are with a balance transfer credit card or a debt consolidation loan. A balance transfer card often gives you a 0% introductory interest rate for a year or more. You can move your high-interest card balances over to it and pay them down without interest piling up. This is incredibly powerful, but here's the huge warning. You have to be disciplined enough to pay off the balance before that intro period ends. If you don't, the interest rate can shoot up to 25% or even higher, and you'll be in a worse spot than before. Also, there's usually a transfer fee of 3% to 5%. A debt consolidation loan is a personal loan you get to pay off all your other debts. If your credit is decent, you might get a loan with a fixed rate that's way lower than your credit cards. This gives you a clear finish line and a predictable payment. The other advanced move? Just ask for a better deal. Call your credit card companies and ask them to lower your interest rate. If you've been a good customer and always pay on time, they often will to keep your business. The worst they can say is no. One final word of caution. Be very skeptical of debt settlement companies that promise to slash your debt for a big fee. This often tanks your credit score and can have a lot of hidden consequences. These advanced tools can be helpful, but they're not magic. They don't replace the core discipline of spending less than you earn and paying off your debt as aggressively as you can. I know the journey out of debt can feel lonely and just overwhelming, but it's a path you absolutely have the power to walk. The feeling when you make that final payment, when you realize that your paycheck is finally your own, is a kind of freedom that's hard to describe. It all starts with the steps we talked about today. It starts with deciding to stop adding more debt. It builds with the clarity you get from facing the numbers. And it gains unstoppable momentum when you choose your weapon, the snowball or the avalanche, and just commit. You find the extra money, you throw every windfall at it, and you will see progress. These aren't just theories, they are the simple strategies that work. They worked for me, and I know they can work for you. The most important thing is to just start. Take that first small step today. Your first step can be creating that debt inventory. To make it easy, I've created a free downloadable tracker for you. The link is in the description below. If this video gave you a spark of hope and a clear plan, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos on building your financial independence. Now, I want you to go watch this next video on how to create a budget that doesn't feel like a punishment, so you can find even more cash to speed up your journey to debt-free. You've got this.